Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Though these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau, I'll make sure you stay around. Quiet when I'm under loud, no negatives allowed. Me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
The MKT Show. I am MKT. 3 letters. It's much easier than my full name. That's why I did it. It's much easier. I don't know what people want to hear. It's easier than my full name. Mbulelo Kayaletu Tinta. It's a mouthful. It's a great name, but it's a mouthful. Welcome to it. It is Wednesday, the 18th of August. Senzo Sitebe. What are you saying to me, pal? Huge football day. It's all happening in the transfer market.
I'm good, my man. I'm good.
Yep.
Do you know they say you've made it once your name is an abbreviation?
Really, an acronym, eh?
Yeah, MKT.
That's where it is.
LBJ.
No, a lot of people are saying I'm at least equal to LeBron James. Your thoughts on that?
Hey, man.
Yeah, I'm going to claim it. I'm going to claim it.
Own it, my man.
LeBron James, he's LBJ. I'm MKT, 3 letters. You know, I'm on my way to the top. He's at the top. Obviously, I'm his unofficial sort of guy, actually, off the court. So, we all good. We're doing this thing.
You see.
Talk to me, bruv. How'd you sleep? How you feeling? Good energy today? You know?
Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, good energy.
You're getting there, hey?
Yeah.
Dude, the transfer market is...
It's bananas.
That is the term. What were you telling me about Mo Salah just before we started?
So, word on the street.
Yeah.
It's unconfirmed yet, but the rumor doing the rounds is that Mo Salah is going to ask for around about £400,000 a week.
400,000 pounds a week. That's hilarious.
That's double his wages.
That's absolutely hilarious. So we'll come back to that. I mean, 400,000 pounds a week. So that would
almost
make
8 million rand a week.
Is he the highest paid player in the league? Is there
that should make him?
Sheepers. That's where it's at, huh? Hey, good for him. Get that money, baby.
Hey, the bag, secure the bag, man.
Get that money, and he's done it all. Champions League, league. You know, delivering the gold still.
Yeah.
He's putting 20 a season, 25 a season,
There you
almost
go.
guaranteed. All right. Well, we'll talk about that. What are we talking about today? The Arsenal. We'll talk some cricket. Cricket's broken. Right, cricket is broken. I will tell you how I think we can fix cricket. And listen, Man United, you've created an issue for yourself. The De Gea sort of Henderson issue. There's a lot happening there. There's a lot happening which you didn't need to happen, and you forced that on yourself. I'll tell you how you solve that solution, and we'll have a little bit of social media and a little bit more. This is the MKT Show. We'll kick things off on the other side. As I said, we will do this show. I said that before. I don't have to say welcome back. I said just now we're gonna do the show. We're doing the show now.
We're doing it.
This is what I promised. They call me the postman because I deliver.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, hey,
Oh, yeah?
let's go. Yeah, I'm saying, pal. Yeah, I'm saying the postman.
Oh, yeah?
Because I deliver. Anyway, that's what the people are saying. I'm not saying it. I would be too humble to say it myself.
No.
Yeah, I'm saying, my man.
No.
What are you saying, bro? What do you mean, no?
You are ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm too humble to have said it myself.
But then again,
Have I told you my biggest weakness?
no, don't.
I shouldn't, eh?
Don't.
Because I'm too humble. I'm too humble
Don't,
to tell
don't.
you what my biggest weakness is.
Don't give the people your kryptonite.
Well, I'll give you one of them is that I'm too humble, just so you know.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's one of my weaknesses.
Then you could have called it something else.
Yeah, I'm too humble to put my full name.
Oh, so you're like, oh no, I
Yeah.
don't want this sign.
Yeah.
I know my name in lives.
Like, oh, guys, you know when...
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, you know when people do the fake humility thing? Like, I walked in here and I'm like...
The fumble, fake fumble.
Yeah, like, guys, who did the sign thing? That's too much. Why is my chair different from everything on the set?
Why am I looking down on Senzo?
Yes, why am I higher than everyone? They're like, no, it's not necessary, but we're here now. You know, I wouldn't have done it this way, but if you guys want it this way, you know what I'm saying?
Earn it.
Yeah, what I'm saying, my man. All right, you know who should be humble is Arsenal. Now they're in a situation because I don't know if you saw the most ridiculous situation you've ever seen in your life. The two premier most expensive strikers they've ever had in their history both happened to be sick for the opening fixture against Brentford at the same time. They were already confirmed to be out for the Chelsea game this weekend, last week. So it would have been longer than isolation for COVID. There's a whole situation going on there. What are your thoughts on that situation? What are your thoughts on Arsenal right now?
Bro, it's sad, bro. It's sad. Like, I feel like we're picking on them.
Yeah.
But they do this to themselves.
I don't think it's hating to go, like, to constantly be saying, like, if my family member was a drug addict, I'm not a hater for every single day going, what's going on?
Yeah, true.
You know, people, like, I can see there's a mess there. When you're hearing a guy's coming home stealing, by the way, I had this in my family, happened with my cousin. Like, I don't know if you've ever had any sort of, like, hardcore drug addicts in your family, but my cousin would be coming home, like, selling the DVD machine. I thought
For a
that,
hit?
No, I thought this happened on movies.
That's crazy.
And like, because so he lives in Limpopo, right? But the news was filtering back to me, like, all of a sudden, the guy's stolen a car. Wait, what do you mean? The guy's stolen a car. The guy has a car at home.
Jeez.
Yeah, he has, like, my aunt has worked super hard. I mean, she was a matron.
Younger, older?
Younger, yeah. So more my nephew, but my aunt was like a matron. So it's not like everybody's struggling. Yeah. No, the guy stole a car. What do you mean?
And how's he doing now?
Well, yeah, he stole a car apparently the other day.
When? The other day?
Yeah, no, we're dealing with that right now. I'm telling you real stuff from my real life.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, how about that? That's real stuff on the streets. But of course, I'm entitled all the time now to go, what's going on? I don't think that's hating.
Wait. Going back to football. Sorry.
It's
That's heavy.
Yeah.
So do Arsenal play UEFA Conference?
No, they are out. Arsenal are the same. They might as well be Brighton. You only have
No midweek commitments.
for the first time, I
Midweek,
believe.
sorry.
Yeah, for the first time in 30 years or so, is they entered the League Cup in the second round because only the teams that are not in Europe enter the League Cup in the second round because you know all of the big boys third round.
So Brexit for real, eh?
They've done Eurozit, Bayern's Eurozit, full on.
Gee whiz.
Yeah. All right. Well, and while we're at it, I mean, James Jimbo Illinsley has. I mean, that tweet game, that graphic is big time sports show.
Yeah.
That's big time sports show. That is so organized.
Oh, it's even coming off the bird.
Yeah, what I'm saying, my man.
That's brilliant. A1, James.
I'm
A1.
sorry. This is big production. I don't care who
This
you
is
are.
big time.
This is now competing with the best of the best. And a handsome face to go with a terrible top. A lot of people are saying that ruins the shot. I mean, big production, but that top is awful. All right, breaking news. Huge news coming from an official. Now, this account is not some bum somewhere sitting in his mother's basement. It is the official Sky Sports News account. Big news. The Arsenal, the Gunners, they're the Pistols now, trying to return to being called the Gunners, have signed, they are in advanced talks with Real Madrid over the permanent signing of attacking midfielder Martin Odegaard. Senzo Sitebe, I have so many questions from this. Now, a lot of people saying, okay, listen, you had him, you came 8th. Does he make you any better? Does he advance what you need? Well, that's up in the air because a lot of people saying, hey, you got Emil Smith-Rowe and you've got probably the next guy in English football, Bukayo Saka, in that 10 role. What does Odegaard do? Tell you what he gives you. Leader, because he's Norway's captain, right? Now, I'm not as sold as other people, but people tell me he's world-class. Carlo Ancelotti, remember, famously saying when Odegaard was signed at the age of 15, I believe it was that this is only a marketing signing. That relationship was never going to work. Carlo's back in. Senzo Sitebe, Martin Odegaard, your thoughts?
But they were paying him, he was the highest paid teenager. He was earning 80,000 euros a week.
Yeah.
But also, yes, so yesterday, Martin Odegaard, he missed Real Madrid training.
Oof.
So that should tell you. But I think it's a step in the right direction because, they lost Ceballos.
Yeah.
They failed to keep him. So, hey.
So do you think Danny Ceballos is better than Odegaard?
Ceballos is solid.
Yeah.
He's solid.
What you'd want is both, because Ceballos can play from deep,
Absolutely.
And you'd want Odegaard maybe in the 10.
Advance. But like I saw a stat on Martin Odegaard. So they say the only player that has unlocked, put passes in that have unlocked other players in their team.
Yep.
More passes like that than him is De Bruyne.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something else. I tell you what, it's such a good point you're raising about him being the highest paid teenager in the world. And I don't know if you remember Carlo Ancelotti giving it the big one, saying he didn't like the signing. This is purely a marketing signing. Now that is for a 15-year-old kid who, although whatever, you know what? Sorry, if you're old enough,
you're good enough.
You're good enough. I don't want to hear.
I mean, look at Jude Bellingham.
No, and also I don't want to. There's no excuses. Once you move into that world, that's a choice.
Absolutely.
I blame no more excuses. Having said that, however, is it possible to ever be kind of successful to the levels that you were pumped up to be? Because Odegaard at Real Madrid with that kind of signing,
yeah, it was hyped.
It is murder for him. But he's the Norway captain. Maybe he's got the charisma. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no. I mean, this is solid for Arsenal, and I think he'll flourish.
He'll flourish at the Arsenal. Martin Odegaard, huh? Wow.
I back him.
Okay, but now, does that solve any of your problems? Because since Gilberto and Patrick Vieira left in 2004, 2005, they've still not had a holding midfielder.
Yeah.
But I mean, the OG proper guy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So, how are they going to play this?
Okay, let's do it. Before I get into what we're going to talk about with Arsenal. All right, so who's the midfield options that they got right now? Martin Odegaard. So they got Odegaard, Elneny. Okay, Elneny.
Smith-Rowe.
Okay, Smith-Rowe. Who else is in the middle there?
Granit Xhaka.
Xhaka. Who's the Ghanaian guy?
Thomas Partey.
Okay, Partey.
Nicolas Pepe. But he's
more
a
on the
forward.
wing.
He's a forward,
okay, so
forward/wing.
Elneny, let's do it this way. Elneny, Smith-Rowe, he can kind of play the 8-10. They got Xhaka, and then they got Partey, and then Lokonga.
Wait. Let me just go through their squad quickly.
Okay, so Lokonga, that ain't good enough. That ain't gonna cut the cheese.
Nah, that's...
Not one of those guys is close to being world class.
Dude, it's sad.
Okay, let's do it this way. Lokonga, we don't know, right? So question mark.
Untried.
We don't know. He's 18. He could be anything. Yeah, just because.
And also you have to give him leeway. I mean, this is his first season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is also I don't care that who's the Vincent Kompany says you're brilliant.
There's Torreira as well.
But he's not. Okay, speaking of him, all right, great that you said that. By the way, not sure if you saw what happened the other day. As Arsenal were losing to Brentford, what does he post on Instagram? Him and his family in Spain on holiday. Yeah. So okay. So Torreira.
Where's the awareness, guys?
Okay. So Lokonga question mark. What are you? I'll finish off on him. Elneny, what do you got to say?
Game time, guys.
Is he better?
He does the job when he plays, but he hardly ever plays.
Who's the not Basuma? It is Basuma. Hey, Yves Basuma at Brighton.
Yes, Basuma.
Is he better than Basuma?
No.
So and they came 15th, 16th.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a question mark next to Elneny then. Like,
Sure.
Because Arsenal fans, for whatever reason, keep telling me they're a big club. Okay,
I'm just looking at the squad and it's a mess.
it's bare. Hey, the cupboard is bare. Granit Xhaka, talk to me about what you think there. Top 6. Okay, let me make it easy for you. Does he get into Man City's team?
No.
Does he get into Manchester United's team?
No.
Does he get into Chelsea's team?
No.
Does he get into Liverpool's team?
No.
Does he get into Leicester's team?
No.
Does he get into Tottenham's team?
Possibly.
So he's possibly going to get into the 7th best team from last season.
Possibly.
Is he better than Souček? You see,
It's a tough one.
and that means he's not good enough to get into the West Ham team, kind of.
And he's not better than Declan Rice.
So now you're telling me Granit Xhaka, who for whatever reason is now your unofficial club captain,
Well, not unofficial. Like, let's just call it what it is.
he's going to get the armband
Yep.
after shenanigans. So Xhaka question mark is what you're saying. Smith Rowe, 18-year-old, 19-year-old, you got to say question mark, right?
Smith Rowe is probably like looking at his. He must speak to his agents.
Well, he just signed a new deal. No good. Okay, so question mark. The ultimate one for me, right? And for me, I'm sorry, you are not what you say, you're what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Partey, I'm not sure on. He was injured half of last season.
Yeah, but also, with all due respect to La Liga, this is a whole different ball game.
Yeah. No, yeah, sure.
It's more intense. You don't get a 2-week break over Christmas. Like, it's crazy.
Plus, probably there's no jollof rice in England. You know what I'm saying?
No, there probably is.
You reckon? There's a big Ghanaian community, by the way, in
Yeah.
London, though. Yeah, big Ghanaian community.
Yeah.
So maybe he's... The thing is, the rice that side is maybe not the right stuff. He hasn't got a supplier from Ghana yet. So let's give him the first season of the goat meat. Wasn't, in England,
Yeah.
those goats are probably pretty soft compared to the Ghanaian ones because they're probably living that soft life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He needs that goat meat, the proper stuff.
Yeah.
Should we forgive him the first season?
We'll see this season.
What do you think of him as a player?
No, he's solid. He's solid. Like, he's on his day. Like, he had one very good game against United. You saw him. He was on it. But Arsenal need more of that.
There's not a single player in the whole midfield where I put an exclamation mark.
Well, they here on this site they put who's this guy? Bukayo Saka as a midfielder.
But we know he's more wide.
Yeah.
Or like attacking mid.
Yeah.
I mean, he can do
you
anything.
talking about the engine?
Yeah.
Is he swing?
Yes, he's in the stomach.
Yeah.
There's not one guy. There's not one guy who I can say, he out him. You know what I mean? Remember when in South Africa we could say John Muet?
Oh.
Dungi. We could say
John Mechanic.
You know what I'm saying? We could say
Mercedes Benz, Linda Vutales.
We could say
Eric Tinkler.
Yeah, but like just to put it in a South African context, like as a United fan, you remember the days. Roy Keane.
Yes.
You knew that thing was on
Standard.
lockdown. All right, no, Keane's out. You know what? Scholes is there.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Nicky Butt can also do the job.
No, class. Not just do the job. At United, it wasn't enough then.
Yeah.
I think Nicky Butt doesn't get the credit. He was a class
Yeah.
operator. He top level
Upper
operator.
echelon.
If I have to explain the middle of the park, football has not changed from the beginning.
Yes.
Right? And Arsenal are learning that lesson. Because they went and broke the record for Lacazette. They went and broke the record for Aubameyang.
And Pepe.
But you've never replaced Patrick Vieira. And where are you now? If you don't solve the middle in football, I don't
Yes.
care. You could have... When Real Madrid lost Claude Makélélé, what happened?
It fell apart. But look at us with with Pogba. You know what I mean? Pogba needs somebody he can trust.
Yeah.
To do those hard yards.
Because you've never replaced Carrick. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
For all of the things that we're saying, we still, even under Louis van Gaal, Bastian Schweinsteiger was at the end.
I was finished.
When has there been? It's Fred now. Like, who was it under Van Gaal?
Do you know?
Fellaini.
Herrera was kind of doing it.
But come on,
Yeah,
Michael Carrick.
levels.
This
Levels,
is Manchester United.
Levels.
Like, think of the top clubs. Let's do it properly, right? Before we get to Arsenal. Man City, Rodri, Fernandinho, Gundogan. So I don't need to explain
This.
You know what I mean?
It's short up, yeah.
Right now, you guys, what you're doing? Like McTominay's got that thing. Now you got Fred, that thing. You know, he's kind of Bruno. Now I don't need to explain the central midfielder. Bruno's that guy.
Yeah, trequartista.
That's the second team, right? Now Isfuba is coming together.
Yeah.
Between him and McTominay, I think they got that thing
Yeah.
on lockdown. Chelsea, you got Kovacic, you got Jorginho, whether you like him or not, Kante.
There you go.
I can sleep at night.
And then you let Mason Mount do his thing.
You got Mount, even if need be. You know, you go to Liverpool, Fabinho, Henderson. I can sleep at night.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Liverpool still have Thiago.
Imagine. On the bench, his second season now, he's a class
Yeah.
operator. Let's see what he's, you know what I mean? That Brazilian samba vibe, his blood had to adjust to
Yeah.
not seeing sun for 300 days. Now at Arsenal, I'm still looking
Nyaga,
at
nyaga. It's
La
just-
Conga. Who? At Arsenal.
Sounds like a dance.
Do you remember when Ray Parler do the La Conga? Do the La Conga.
They're gonna make it a thing. Watch when he scores.
The La Conga. Like they're going to get a bar for him and he's going to go underneath. Yeah, that is poor. But remember at Arsenal,
Ray Parler.
Ray Parler was the backup. Grimond D. I remember these
Yo,
names.
Grimond D. Yes.
I'm old, bro. I remember when Arsenal were Arsenal.
Edu.
Oh! Gilberto.
Beto.
And then, obviously, big man. Then you had
Bosinero.
Vieira. Then when Vieira was just a basketball player in football.
Yeah.
And now I have to say El Neni. El
who?
Neni playing against N'Golo Kante. Nah, guys. And I mean, let's have a look at this tweet, right? Before I get into what I want to say about the Gunners. From Renato, great Portuguese name there. Arsenal used to have midfield options of Cesc Fabregas, Samir Nasri, Alexander Gleb, and Tomasz Rosicky. And by the way, that is when Arsenal had actually eroded.
Yes.
This is still not their best options, but let's quickly go through it. Arsenal used to have the midfield options of Cesc Fabregas, Samir Nasri, Gleb, Rosicky. Then we had Cazorla, Wilshere, Ramsey, and Ozil.
You can work with that.
2 eras which bleed creativity. Now we barely have a single player in the squad that creates. It's shocking.
Smith Rowe, throw him in the deep end. I mean, Arsenal don't really have a choice.
That's a very good point. We're going to come back to that. Great tweet. We'll come back to that tweet. Let me tell you what the issue is at the Arsenal right now. They have two problems. Aubameyang and Lacazette. Listen, in my 20s, right, I was a delinquent. I'm not shy to say it. I was a delinquent. I was a mess of a human being. All right? And even in all that time, one thing my mother always did was she didn't let the mistakes become acceptable. She was always expressing that this is not good enough. You have to do better. You must do better. All the time while I was being a delinquent, okay? It's really, really important that you don't allow mistakes in your life to become acceptable. Like, you've heard young people say, oh, this is just who I am. No, we need to take you in this direction. And you need to keep doing that. Mistakes cannot become acceptable. But within all of that, right, if you're in business, it's very much the same. Is that the data is so important. It is so important to look at the data, not just look at it, but you need to know how to read data. Because if you just go with your feelings, we know where that takes us as human beings. Take sentimentality out of it in business. All right? Arsenal have to sell Lacazette and Aubameyang, and they need to do it now, because I've always said, and I've never understood this. Folks, if you are having a difficult time with your partner, learn to leave. Don't drag it out. I've never seen a relationship where you drag it out for 3 years and it works out. Because the one partner is always walking on eggshells now. That's not a relationship. Now it becomes abusive. Learn to leave in a relationship, and you've put yourself there, but acknowledge that as the Arsenal. And if you don't believe me, let me tell you this. All right? Lacazette joined in 2017, and Aubameyang joined in the 18-19 season fully. He joined in 17-18, but his first full season was 18-19. Arsenal are not better with these two. So let me tell you, Arsenal, in 18-19, right, you came 5th. 19-20, you came 8th. In 2021, you came 8th. So that's the last 3 seasons, right? But let me give you the 2 seasons before Lacazette and Aubameyang. 17-18 and 16-17. You were 5th and 6th. So what it tells me is actually without them, you're not worse. So what it tells me is you can be terrible without them. You can be terrible without Lacazette and Aubameyang. You can be terrible without them. How do I know that? Because I'm reading the data. It tells me that you're 5th and 6th without them. So you don't need all the trouble and the headache, right? And now you've got them and you've got the headache and the trouble and you're still rubbish. Folks, it doesn't make sense to me, to anybody, to be with a supermodel who's a drug addict. Because I can have a headache without you. My life's a headache without you. Why are you here at my house vomiting on a Sunday night? You don't need that. My life can be a nightmare without you. Without Aubameyang, without Lacazette, you are exactly the same team. And if anything, you're actually worse with both of them in the team. You are worse because without them, you came 5th and 6th. With them, you've come 8th. Twice. With both of them. And you paid Aubameyang in your contract. So it's not like you're not paying them. Lacazette's on 200,000 a week. We now know he's the second highest paid player at Arsenal. And Aubameyang's the highest paid player and the captain. And you're worse with him. You're worse with both of them. And it's not just 1 season. It's 2 seasons, 8th now. Just let them go. Because you're going to be terrible with them. How do I know you're going to be terrible with them? 8th twice. Let them go. And here's the biggest problem. You're now building a culture, and I absolutely hate this in companies. Stop paying talent. Pay the character first. Senzo supports Manchester United, and Man United fans, I've been telling you, don't pay Pogba. Pay your Maguires, pay your Scott McTominays first. Add a Pogba. But first, pay your character, guys. But now, you know what you've done? You've paid Aubameyang. So you know what that says to Bukayo Saka? Doesn't actually matter how I behave. I'll get paid in the end. And the great Sir Alex Ferguson kicked out the very best when the behavior started to go wrong. Because he expects the football to be great. You've paid Aubameyang now. You've set the culture. The culture at Arsenal now, for all of them coming. You know what Smith Rowe says? When he goes drunk driving and something happens and you don't pay him and you don't play him, you say, but what about Aubameyang? And that's the culture Arsenal have set. And you are worse with Aubameyang and you are worse with Lacazette. You can be terrible without them. Senzo, let them go.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But Aubameyang, you should have seen the flair thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw him at the African Player of the Year awards.
Yeah.
Mane and Salah are wearing tuxedos, black ties.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a bedazzled shirt.
You know what I always said about Aubameyang? Is that I've never seen anywhere in my real life, right, or in business, as I've observed it, where an actual prize asset, and in South Africa we call it the real makoya, because some things, you know, some partners, men and women, they look like the real thing. And you always say to yourself, hi man, why is this person single? Until you spend some time with them.
All that glitters is not gold.
Have you ever met that kind of girl where you go, why is that? She's got a great job. She's good looking. Why is she single? And then you spend a weekend with her and you go, oh, that's...
I get light bulb moment.
You know what I mean? With Aubameyang, when Dortmund put him on the market, Real Madrid weren't interested. Barcelona weren't interested.
And his numbers are great.
Bayern Munich weren't interested. And his numbers were great in Bundesliga. Chelsea weren't interested. Man United weren't interested. When the Real Magoya teams aren't interested, you know what it tells me? There's something they know.
Yeah.
And now, you know what Arsenal did? We're desperate. We'll take anything. You know what happens? They pay talent. Don't pay talent. Pay character. Yeah. Alex Ferguson knew this better than anybody on planet Earth.
But with that being said, Wenger ran a tight ship.
Until he let it go. Mediocrity is acceptable. Arsenal, you are better without Aubameyang. And I'm not saying that the last 2 seasons you've been 8th. You are better without Aubameyang. And the data says that. So, it's time. Just let it go now. It's going to be ugly. This season, at best, you're coming 7th, 8th. Let it go. You can do that with the kids. Bring in another young striker. Nketiah can hold on. Let it go. You are going to overpay somebody who now, I think there's some discipline stuff. Not I think, we know that because he's been late
That's your
twice now.
captain.
Your captain was late. Imagine getting on a ship and you're halfway into the sea and they go, bloody hell, the captain didn't pitch up.
Oh,
Imagine.
oh.
The Arsenal. They are no longer the Gunners. They are the Pistols. I'm loving.
Not even.
Not even a pistol. A water gun.
The slingshots.
The slingshot. Maar again, gas soto maar ke rekker.
K80.
The Arsenal. All right. You hate to hear it. Sometimes you love to hear it. The MKT Show. See you in a bit. This is something Lewis could do. And
He is by no means qualified to open a fashion label. I saw a photo of him this weekend arriving at the track, and it hurt my eyes. He was walking with his dog, and he was wearing these weird black and green gumboots. It was
James, maybe fashion is not for you.
No, it's definitely not. James comes to work every day in sweatpants and a hoodie.
Green gumboots. Where is the fashion?
You're not on the cutting edge, bro. He lives in Monaco. You live in Johannesburg.
exactly.
Like who the hell? This is the world melting down. The proletariat daring to tell Sir Lewis Hamilton how to dress. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
My favorite so far was his camo dungarees. I quite like those.
Hey, Lewis is doing it, by the way. He is. You'll either love him or hate him. There is no in between. But the MKT Show. You've returned. Nah, that's not the one. That ain't it.
You see, you know it.
That ain't it.
You know it. As soon as you said, you're like, nah.
That ain't it. Because people already know. They're making, you know what I mean? I don't go and make a cup of tea and go, oh, bloody hell. Someone made tea. I know that's a deliberate, conscious choice.
Absolutely.
All right, but I'll work on that. I'll bounce back.
It's percolating. See what I did there?
That's a good tea. You've taken tea, you brought it into big broadcasting. I love everything about it. Jimbo, won't you give us that tweet again about the Fabregas thing before we talk about cricket? Because I think we quickly need to finish up on the Arsenal matter. I've spoken to you why I think they should let go of Aubameyang, but I just want to read this again. And if Arsenal fans aren't going through the most right now, as the kids say, this should make you sick. I want to tell you something. This is an era of Arsenal that wasn't successful, by the way. And you still, listen to this. Renato on Twitter says, Arsenal used to have midfield options of Cesc, Kleb, Nasri, and Rosicky. Then we had Cazorla, Wilshere, Ramsey, and Ozil. 2 eras.
And Arteta.
He was there, and those eras bleed creativity. Now we barely have a single player in the squad that creates. It's shocking. So let's quickly run through those. Cesc Fabregas, bona fide. Right, all-timer.
Tried and tested.
Had to go to Chelsea, obviously, to win a Premier League, but you know what I'm saying. Samir Nasri, I can live with letting Nasri go, but he ultimately he went to Man City and won 2 titles. He was a proper player.
There you go.
Right? Kleb, bit of a flake, went to Barcelona and he got exposed, but ultimately, you know, he had that one season.
Yeah.
Rosicky, I don't really like the Rosicky one so much because he was too injury prone. I don't like to pay talent. I always say...
Rosicky at Dortmund.
Proper.
And for the Czech Republic.
Proper.
Sure.
If you know who a good comparison for Rosicky is Xhaka.
You think so?
Yeah, does it at international level, did it at the previous league, but the Premier League, he never did it because he was never available.
But Rosicky was tested in the Champions League.
Was he available for Arsenal? Because you know what?
Yeah.
I don't care if somebody's a good girlfriend with somebody else. That's not of interest to me. What do you do when you're my girlfriend? And as much as Rosicky did it for Dortmund, did it for Czech Republic, if I'm Arsenal, I'm going...
I bought you based on what I saw.
You were always injured as well. I love you, Rosicky, but love is not enough. A friend of mine brutally has said to me, love is not enough.
Yeah.
But I like him. And then we go Santi Cazorla, too injury prone, the talented.
But he was
Undoubted, right? Jack Wilshere shouldn't be on the list. He's too injury prone and never really had an Arsenal career. He had one good season. Ramsey, another one. What do you think of Ramsey? What's his legacy at Arsenal?
Ramsey was dope.
Proper.
Ramsey was dope.
Injuries? Does that concern you? Or...
But he just had that one horrific one.
Yeah. Okay. No, Ramsey I like. And then Isn't it sad that you have to list Mesut Ozil? Because for his output, I think he was a bigger headache than he was output.
But the thing is with Ozil, you know, he's one of those guys, when you buy him, you know what you're getting. You know what I mean? You can't ask him to go do those other extras and all that. Because you saw him at Madrid. Ronaldo was upset when they sold him.
You know,
He was lighting it up.
he was doing it. But you know what was nice for him at Real Madrid? Is that when you've got Cristiano Ronaldo and Marcelo and these types of guys, Sergio Ramos and Varane, who can do the leadership part. Because sometimes I think, and basketball is a good example, right? Is that sometimes people forget that these are still human beings. Some people are just ballers, right?
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo is a baller and a leader.
Yeah.
And part of the leadership is, you know, it's nice when you play well, but hey, in football, there's another thing. When you play badly,
Yeah.
then you need Roy Keane. Then you need Cristiano
Sergio
Ronaldo.
Ramos.
So he was, I hate to say it, he got badly exposed at Arsenal. Was that now he was exposed to the limelight. Like if he had a bad game at Real Madrid.
Now you're the guy now.
And we can see every bad game. Because when you have a bad game at Real Madrid, Cristiano Ronaldo goes, don't worry about it, I'm scoring a hat-trick.
But also there was Xabi Alonso.
That's what you hearing me. Casemiro.
But
Dogs.
Yo.
So now, when you have a bad game and that is the environment, it's like, okay, you'll have a bad game and almost, you know, he's a luxury player, so all he does
Yes,
is make
he's a nice to have,
good,
yeah.
great, legendary. So it's much easier
The
to do
finishing
that.
touch, yeah.
Now when you go to Arsenal and now the weight is on your shoulders, plus Mesut, we actually expect you to do the interviews when things go badly.
And come back on track. Track back, dog.
It's Arsenal now because Casemiro is not there. You know what I mean? Marcelo's not at left back to whip in the crosses to see. Like now you need to probably go fetch the ball and be the instigator. And this is the difference. Cristiano Ronaldo has gone from Manchester United to Real Madrid to Juventus.
But he's a hybrid.
You know what I mean? But again, absorb that pressure.
Yes.
Is that the leaders, the alpha dogs, don't just do the playing well.
They take the pressure off the other guys.
And Mesut Ozil got badly exposed at Arsenal. Is that talent's not enough? Because Mesut, what happens when the pressure comes? It's ugly now.
Yeah.
Even Jack is getting exposed. At Switzerland, it's nice. Your previous...
And he gets very frustrated.
Well, he zapped the fans. You zapped your own fans.
Imagine.
With a little bit of pressure. They were booing you. Get...
And he cracked.
Roy Keane's not cracking under that. Roy Keane ended somebody's career. The entire British media for 6 months.
It ate him alive.
They wanted him out of the game. He said,
Yeah,
I'm going to show you something. We're going to go 3 in a row. We're going to go 3 in a row. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a treble. That's what I'm talking
How
about.
do you like them apples?
That's what I'm... Eric Cantona went and literally Bruce Lee'd a guy.
Flying kick.
He Bruce Lee'd a guy, came back 8 months later and said, let me show you something. That's what I mean. Is Mesut Ozil. What happens when that happens? And we've seen Mesut Ozil melt.
But also, it also speaks to the environment that these guys were in.
Yeah.
Because look at it. David Beckham had 1998, the World Cup, when he got that red card. Fergie said, don't worry about the outside noise. Come back. And he had one of his greatest seasons. He was second for World Player of the Year.
So it speaks to... That's a very good point. Because, and if people don't believe that David Beckham won, you remember when Cristiano Ronaldo got Wayne Rooney sent off?
Yes.
What did the English media do to him?
Oh, yeah. They tried to talk it up.
And he was a little boy and they crucified him.
Yes.
And Ronaldo was a little boy. Fergie said, come here, let me show you something. What did Ronaldo do? I'm the World Player of the Year. Mesut Ozil, that's where you got to be. And Ronaldo was a boy then. You must remember, he left Man United, what, 24?
23.
He was 23 when he won World Player of the Year, going into...
He was 21.
So, and then when he won World Player of the Year, 23 in that insane season,
yeah.
He was a boy. But that's what you do. So Mesut Ozil, I don't count as an Arsenal legend because I need you to be that guy.
Yeah.
Like Sol Campbell is a good example.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally couldn't walk outside without security in North London from his home, right? He went and said, let me show you something. We're going to go invincible. Colo, what do you think? Let's do this thing.
And we're going to lift it at Tottenham.
That's what I'm... Now, that's it.
How do you like that, guys?
Because that's a guy. Rio Ferdinand. The guy couldn't go back to Leeds for a year. After he made the move to Manchester United, he said, let me show you something. I'm going to go win 5 titles. You guys can follow my podcast.
Winning is awesome.
No, because you're a G.
But it starts within.
So you blame Arsenal?
We don't listen to outside people.
Yes.
Because people are going to have an opinion no matter what. What are we doing in-house?
That's such a great point. So Arsenal have to say listen, maybe I'm being too harsh on Mesut Ozil, is that to say, I love what you're saying, is that essentially they let him down because you should create the environment. Like you say, you knew what you were getting as a player. You should have done your research. He's sensitive. He's this. You should ask your questions. Okay, what happened in the games? Was he being protected by Xabi Alonso and these other guys? Somebody should have done the analysis to say, oh, okay, we need another. We almost, you know what you needed? A bouncer for him.
Yes.
Like a player like that, like Paul Scholes needed Roy Keane.
Do you know it's great with thing that look at NBA, totally different sport.
Yeah.
See Draymond Green.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Steph Curry has a bad game and stuff.
Yeah. 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 You've nailed it, because what he does, he allows Steph Curry to
Forget about the meter.
Yeah. And forget about these other guys trying to put you off your game.
You're our leader, dog.
And LeBron James is the ultimate example of what Mesut Ozil isn't. Is that LeBron, number one, hated for starting the super team movement, right?
Yeah.
In the modern day game. In the modern day game, anyway. Okay, the Bulls did it anyway.
The Celtics.
That's what I'm saying. Modern day game.
Yeah.
Let's talk modern day. LeBron is hated, right? Took his talents.
But I'm talking about Paul Pierce, Garnett, and who's this? Ray Allen.
Ray Allen. But were they?
Yeah, no, that was just the first big three. But anyway.
But were they Miami? I mean, Miami is.
Hey, they.
It's 3 Hall of Famers. It is 3 Hall of Famers.
And they got Kobe, prime Kobe.
So, but LeBron is the hated guy.
Yeah.
Because he's the first like proper guy. I've got my own media empire and I'm the show, and they hate him because he's the first guy to be really. I love Kobe, but nobody ever says Kobe MJ. They always say LeBron. Anyway, I take your point. But LeBron was, you hate me for going to Miami. Awesome. I'm gonna go down there, do my thing. In fact, my own owner in my home team hates me. I'm gonna go back there
and give them what I owe them.
And then I'm also gonna leave.
And then I'm gonna go out west and show you guys again.
And everybody hates LeBron. We know the hate is insane. Everybody hates LeBron, but you absorb it, right? That's leadership. That's what Ozil.
Yeah.
And but you've made such a good point there, bro. It starts within. Arsenal's rotten. Arsenal is moving like a small team because it shouldn't be this way.
Absolutely.
The Gunners should not be this way. They are broken. Wow. The Gooners. Yeah, I just had to finish up on that. Dude, my sport, do you know what I love? Is cricket.
I love cricket as well. Test cricket.
I only watch Test cricket. So I lived in Cape Town for 3 years. I went to every single Test match, right? Every day. I went to every day every day.
So newest Test, you're there.
No, I went to while I lived in Cape Town, I went to every Test for 3 years. Every day of every Test. Every day of every Test I was in Cape Town, I was there. I
you were decent then.
No, I live for cricket. Test cricket is all I watch.
It's unbelievable. It's beautiful.
What are your thoughts with where we are now? What do you think of the lack of 5-day cricket? Your thoughts as a fan. I mean, sort of 5 series, 5-day cricket.
It's because it's all this thing with T20 and all that. You know, IPL. You know, they kind of send shockwaves, and like now that's where we're at now.
You prefer 1 day to Test, or?
I love Test cricket.
Why?
Ultimate chess game.
Yeah.
Ultimate test of skill. Ultimate test of skill. We toss. You got 5 days to beat me. Good luck.
Yeah.
And it's ever changing,
Waves,
Ever changing. Can be overcast in the morning, then it's hot, and then completely different.
Dude, I totally agree. I'm obsessed with Test cricket, and I think Test cricket is broken, or I think cricket as a whole is broken.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why, and we'll finish up on this, right? Let me quickly tell you something about cricket, because I absolutely love cricket. But let me use an example I think we'll all understand, is that people decide how they go to festivals, right? Because of their favorite artist. I've heard so many people say, I'm not going to that festival or concert or whatever because the DJ cancelled at the last minute. Oh, but you've paid. I don't care. I'm not going. If my favorite DJ is not there, I'm not going. And this is a real thing. I'm pretty sure people can relate to that. People will always pay for the best version of things. Quality is irreplaceable. In the lockdown, Galanderwagens in South Africa sold more than they did before the pandemic. Galanderwagen, of course, the G-Wagon, for those who don't know. They sold more of the G-Wagon in South Africa than they did before the pandemic, and everybody told me the pandemic is squeezing
That's
the
crazy.
economy. Yeah,
but then again, we drive the highest amount of AMGs outside of Germany
in the world.
People
will pay for quality. People tell me the economy is been tough, been that. People will always pay for quality. Let me tell you the problem with cricket is that they've forgotten that. And cricket currently is sort of eating its own tail. It is a hungry snake eating its own tail. It is cannibalizing itself. And they don't realize it, or they do, and they don't care, right? The problem is that the politicians are running cricket. And by that, I mean, the ICC is not run by cricket people. It's run by bureaucrats. So all bureaucrats care about their term. It'll be 4 years, 8 years, 10 years. They don't really care about the future of cricket, and they care about, what am I getting paid for? How can I protect my job for 10 years? It's sheltered employment. That's why cricket is dying. I'm telling you now. You know how I know this? Is that clearly the money is being paid into the wrong place. You just heard Senzo saying, T20 is not the best version of the game. ODI is not the best version of the game. Now, I know that. You know that if you're a cricket fan. You know the ultimate is in the name. Test cricket. It is the ultimate version of the sport. Listen, there's no point of getting brand new, beautiful chandeliers in your house if the plumbing doesn't work. You're showing me. Listen, in South Africa, let me give you a little context. People have been telling me there's a mid-rand lifestyle. I've just heard about this, where the guy drives a Golf 7, but he has camper chairs as his furniture. People are sitting on cooler boxes in his house in mid-rand, but actually he's driving a Golf 7. That's what cricket is right now. That is what global cricket is right now. Because let me give you a solution. I don't want to just come with problems, because that's not useful to anybody. Let me give you a quick solution, and you tell me what you think. It's easy for me. Focus on Test cricket. But here's how we do it. And I don't care about being nice and being inclusive. We're talking about premium here. You want to be inclusive, go and work on club cricket and schools cricket. But Test cricket must have a Premier League. And that Premier League, it is simple. It is economics. India, Australia, England, South Africa. You play 15 tests a year. We are not negotiating with you, right? 15 tests a year, 5 test match series. That is all we're playing. And there is a promotion relegation. So that is the Premier League. Then there's a test championship below that. New Zealand, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and I mean, I guess you could go West Indies, right? So you go West Indies in there. Then one of those teams gets promoted from the championship. And this happens every year. We know that's locked in. We sign the deal, the TV deal, 15 years, 20 years, whatever it is. But here's where it becomes interesting for me. Let's not use old thinking to solve modern day problems. Test players don't play one-day cricket. They don't play T20 cricket. And now people will say, oh, but what about the money? I got you. They don't play 50-over cricket. They don't play T20 cricket, right? Here's what the thinking must be. T20 and one-day cricket should be the feeder, right, to Test cricket. And here's how we solve the money problem. Because I want players to get paid. The ICC needs to tighten the grip on everything that's happening globally. Stop saying we can't control India, we can't control England. Get somebody in there who can control it. Because here's what you tell every single T20 league. In the Caribbean, in Pakistan, in Dubai, the IPL, is that, by the way, you will sign an escrow account for every single season, right? All of your television revenue, 20% is ours. And let me tell you what we're doing with that 20%. We are paying the test players handsomely. So then we don't have to say, oh no, the test players are missing out. We're saying, hey, test players, we are paying you the premium to play the toughest version of the game because that is the advert for the game and everything else will benefit from it. Trust me, if test cricket flourishes, right, more people go, oh, that's amazing. Maybe I don't want to watch 5-day cricket, right? Hey, what's this other thing? Oh, 1-day cricket? Amazing. I want to watch that. T20 cricket, amazing. Because then there's a product for everybody else. But what you do is you protect that. The NFL doesn't care about college so much, or cares about college so much, because that's the feeder program. So right now, T20 cricket will erode because it's not exciting. It's not. It's a refined man's game. But it's the best version of the game. And you can only lie to people for so long. I've seen the numbers for T20. They're dropping. The ODI numbers, and ODI maybe doesn't even need to exist anymore, but that's a different conversation. Is what you should do. It's a technique sport. T20 feeds 50 overs cricket. You need slightly better technique in 50 over cricket than 20 over cricket. Then, if you can play 50 overs, we start looking at you for the big time. And actually, the big money should be in Test cricket. That's where you've locked off 20% of global cricket income, basically, and you pay your test cricketers handsomely. And then you know what happens, is that guys start saying, I want to play test cricket. Because everybody's motivated by money. That's what sportsmen are. It's a short career, right? The T20 guys, you got to earn less. You can't be earning more for doing less, for being worse at cricket. Listen, there's a guy from in South Africa, left-handed batsman. You know who I'm talking about. He's probably the highest paid, along with Chris Morris in South African cricket history. He's not good enough to be playing test cricket, but he's the highest earner. How can that be? Folks, I'm sorry, you can't pay a street sweeper the same amount of money you pay a doctor. It's economics 101. And I'm super left. I'm even Marxist leaning. But I'm afraid you've got to pay people for what they produce. Test cricket is the best version. And Senzo, you can't shove it down my throat anymore.
Absolutely.
Like, I know T20 is not as good as Test
I
cricket.
completely agree with you. But that also speaks to why Test matches are shorter now. Because everybody wants to bet like it's a T20.
Well said.
Nobody has the temperament for it. Because they're busy playing so much T20 cricket. It should be like, the way you put it, right? So Test is like the league. And then 50 over and T20 are your cups.
Yeah. Well said. Well, that's exactly what it should be. But we've got it the inverse now.
Yeah.
T20 cricket is the Premier League.
It's because that's where the money's flooding in.
But you can control that. You know what it tells me? Is there's no success in business, I'm sorry, when you let every department do its own thing. Imagine you went to Apple and you asked Tim Cook and you said, who's your HR manager? He says, I'm actually not too sure. What's he doing at the moment? I'm actually not too sure. Because that's ICC right now. It's like, hey, what are the IPL doing?
Yeah. But now they've got this thing, the 100.
Yeah.
So, it's getting diluted further and further and further.
And you know what? Fine. I'm saying have that, right? But make that development cricket.
Yes.
Almost make it like the G League in the NBA, right? Is make it the college football. Like college football, by the way, right? The Texas Longhorns have been awful for the last 15 years. Last year, they banked $320 million on their own channel. So don't worry about T20.
It's a religion.
It's going to get support.
It's a religion.
People will support T20 cricket. It's so exciting.
But look at it as well. Not everybody plays Test cricket. You know what I mean? Afghanistan don't play Test cricket.
Yeah.
Kenya don't play Test cricket. So it's like, what are we doing? And now when they started this thing of, day-night tests, then there was talk of it like four-day test matches.
It's not broken. It's the test match is the format's not broken. The model's broken. You've got it wrong. Because right now it's modeled T20 at the top, one day in the middle, and Test cricket if you can.
If you can, yeah, exactly.
So your best players are playing the worst version of your product. That's what's happening.
Which is crazy.
Imagine saying to LeBron James, okay, tell you what you're going to do. For half the season, you're actually going to play baseball, right? But only for the playoffs. You're going to play the first sort of the regular season. But then for the playoffs, you're going to play baseball. You're going to leave the Lakers to do what they do.
Imagine.
And you're going to play baseball. That's really what's happening, is you've got it so inversed.
And now they've tried to make it exciting by the Test Championship and stuff. Guys, fix T20 structure and all that first.
But what do you think of this, dude?
Now you've got a spot on. You said it.
Premier League, yeah?
Hit the nail on the head.
It's easy because, okay, so India, Australia, England, South Africa, every fixture, I'm excited there. As a cricket fan, I don't care who you support.
It's blockbuster.
So we go, every team has to play 2 series away, you get 2 at home every season, right?
Sure.
That's not hard. And you know what else?
And you got 2 from the north, 2 from the south.
You've got the 3 biggest markets and South Africa, right? In terms of cricket. But you know what else gets viewers excited it's why the Premier League is the king and the NFL is the king. You know why? Because for the next 15 years, you know what I know I'm gonna see in the Premier League? 38 games, home and away.
Absolutely.
That's it. Who gets relegated actually doesn't matter.
But everybody had the same chance.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and also as the consumer, I know my team's going to play 38 times.
Yes.
It's going to be 18 of them at home, 18 or 19 of them at home, 19 of them away.
Also, the scoring system in the Test Championship. You need a thesis.
You know,
you need a PhD. Sorry,
a PhD in mathematics,
dude.
But if cricket didn't see it coming, rugby's just collapsed.
Yes.
Because what happened to the Super Rugby model? They kept adding teams. We went Super 10.
Yeah, diluting.
And we went Super 12. And we said,
Then
okay,
Super
enough.
15.
And then they went Super 15.
And then there's conference winners and like...
Chief, this is not Montessori. Stop telling me about the Sharks won the South African Conference.
On
even though
37 points.
and the Hurricanes have more
43.
points, but they're not making the playoffs. What's happened to Super Rugby now? It's collapsed.
Done.
We can never return to that, and it's very difficult to ever, even if you fix the Super Rugby model now, it's very difficult to get your consumers back, because we're going to say, Nina, we bought your shirts, we bought cable television, depending where you live, satellite television, because we love rugby.
Yeah.
But we remember what you people did, and consumers are not stupid, guys.
Yeah, they aren't.
People work hard for most of us work hard for our money. We live month to month. Most of us, let's be honest. We want the joy of sport, and sport for us is a release.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend my money on the NFL, Chief. I'm sorry. The NFL, I know what Roger Goodell's putting on me.
Exactly.
I've got the app. I've got 5 angles. I've got, you know what I mean? I know what I'm getting every single year, 32 teams. I know how they're going to schedule it. I know they're going to take me seriously. I know they're going to feed me content properly. Super Rugby is it should be such a big warning sign for cricket when you get it inverse. Because you know what started to happen in rugby, and I'd love to hear your thoughts as we close out. They also forgot that money is the motivator.
Absolutely.
They started playing too much international rugby and not paying the guys for club rugby.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear your
No,
thoughts.
that's true. That's very true. Because now guys are just like, well, whatever now. I'm going to go to the Northern Hemisphere.
You've nailed it.
I'm going to go play in Canada. I'm going to go play in Japan.
This thing of Gees, Oaks, please stop thinking sportsmen and people are stupid. This idea of back in the day when you used to sell people on the king
The
is
romance.
special, is okay, it's an honor to be around him. People are no longer stupid. We have the internet now. It's about the money.
Absolutely.
And like you said, I never thought I'd see this day where All Blacks are quitting at 28, 29. When Ma'ananu left at his peak,
Yeah.
I thought boy,
Yeah,
oh
because
boy.
as an All Black, you can't play. Jeez.
But when Ma'ananu left, I said, that's not his fault. Super Rugby, Sanzar, you've got it so wrong.
But unless you're Dan Carter, change the rule for you.
No, but I mean, there's only one Leo Messi.
Exactly. But yeah.
And listen, let's not make the rule with him because he got all the money because he's the Leo Messi of rugby.
It's Daniel Carter.
Cricket needs to learn from Super Rugby. I'm telling you, we are headed that way. And I don't want to hear from cricket. We out of money in 4 or 5 years' time.
But have you seen the way the ICC's run, and also our own
let's not get into
our own governing body?
No, let's not. They paid 5 million rand for a one pager in a newspaper. Apparently, 5 million rand. That's $500,000 for a one pager in a Sunday newspaper. I didn't even know newspapers were still a thing.
Maybe guys wouldn't be tempted to spot fix.
Just fix it. Yeah, listen, have a Premier League. It's so easy. Just have a Premier League. 4 teams. There we go. India, Australia, England, South Africa. I don't care who else plays this cricket. I actually don't care. Just get that right. Unbelievable. I tell you what's unbelievable is the action on social media. We'll be back after this. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, you like that?
Brilliant.
You're welcome.
I felt that one.
You know what I mean? You're welcome. That's how you bring them back.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm good. I'm providing a service. You're welcome. But also, you're welcome because there's a lot of people right now avoiding a partner they don't like. Actually, somebody's paying them to do something we call a job, but they're sitting there and the boss is like, hey, where's that? There's all sorts of douchebag like acronyms like, hey, where's that XLA report? Oh, boss, I'm just sorry. I'm listening to a report about another client. That's a lie. You're listening to us talking about Arsenal.
Exactly.
But so you're welcome.
Absolutely.
Because you should actually have handed in a report 3 days ago on Monday morning. But you've been listening to the MKT Show, of course, on Spotify, on YouTube, or wherever you get your podcast.
You know what it is.
So you're welcome.
You're the gift that keeps on giving.
You know what I mean? So shout out to me.
Hey, you deliver.
The postman. Shout out to me. Shout out to Senzo. You know what I mean? This is what we do, though. And you know what? I like that we're humble enough to realize it's not about us.
Exactly.
It's the humility that stuns me. And listen, in the break, you may have seen the most fantastic Twitter graphic. James, listen, I got to talk to you about that graphicking, bro. It's phenomenal stuff. And a lot. So I got a message. So I just want to quickly, before you have your say, James. Yesterday, I got a message from a friend of mine who, as we know, James isn't the greatest at spelling or grammar or anything like that. He's not a romantic. Okay, that's the negative side. What he is well, he's not a romantic. I mean, I can see James saying all sorts of stuff. You're not a romantic. Your girlfriend told us that. So don't get emotional. I'm not saying that. That's what his girlfriend said. However, having said that, with all of the many, many downsides of James and the sort of low end of James, there are a few upsides. Great, handsome face. I can't think of anything else. Jimbo, your thoughts?
Good height.
Oh, good height. Good. There we go. Senzo said good height. Jimbo, your thoughts?
Great vibes.
Jimbo, your thoughts on that?
I am of a good height.
Yeah.
I am of immaculate vibes.
Yeah.
But you make terrible fashion choices.
I do make terrible fashion choices.
Why are you wearing toilet paper?
What?
It's the Liverpool thing. But that's great. See, that sort of intelligence, folks, is what James is up to. He actually thought there was toilet paper on him. Senzo meant his Liverpool top. But he doesn't understand that. Like I said...
It's because I'm doing a big production here, guys. That's what's happening.
That's true. You got screens going there. There's lots... You know what, James? You got the full-on stressed guy look going. There's a water bottle. There's a coffee mug. And it's just like, oh, my life's a lot at the moment.
You know what? James, speaking of which, if you had a cap right now, you'd be like Jurgen Klopp.
If I had a camera?
Cap.
Oh, no, because my hair's way too...
That's why I said the cap.
To wear a cap.
Now, having said that, James, big breaking news for you, because I've always accused you of having the douchebag... I mean, you still got the douchebag look going with the glasses. Now, your hero, Jurgen Klopp, no longer with the douchebag glasses. Do we expect you to follow your hero and go for LASIK surgery, which is actually not that expensive, because I'm sure you've got medical aid. You should probably just do that so you don't look like a douchebag. Or do we expect the douchebag look to carry on?
I didn't actually know he didn't wear glasses anymore. Did I miss something?
Well, you don't watch your team. You clearly don't love it. And this is why your girlfriend says you're not a romantic. You're supposed to be passionate. All right, Jimbo. Good to chat to you, pal. Good to chat to you. All right, James, still alive. Still a person.
So first it's the LASIK with Jurgen Klopp.
Yes.
Then it's a suit.
Oh, then he goes full suit. Oh, so you reckon Klopp's going to go that way?
Slowly but surely.
Hey, but Jurgen Klopp. Hey, James. We got to talk to James here again. I just wanted to run something by you, James. Actually, that's a good point, James. Since you don't actually watch your team, let me tell you, Jurgen Klopp doesn't wear glasses anymore. But he had a full-on swag look this weekend. He had that summer kind of tan, and he had the shaved beard. Now, Jurgen Klopp looking very, very swaggy. What are you going to do about your beard? Because obviously your mum hates it. You don't care about your mum's feelings. Anytime you're going to shave and actually start to look like Jurgen Klopp?
I know I've said this a couple of times on the show, but I actually planned on trimming it this weekend that just passed.
Okay.
But then I had a lot going on, so I didn't quite get to it.
So now, what could be more important than your mother's happiness? Like a lot going on. So name the 3 things that are more important than your mother's happiness, because you know she wants you to be clean shaven.
Mother, nothing in the world is more important than your happiness.
No, that's not true, because you didn't shave. That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie, because in life, you are the things you do. If you loved your mother, you know what you would have done, James? Shaved.
But wait. James, do you use a razor or do you use an actual shaver?
I got a shaver thingy, like one of the electric ones.
But that's like quick. It's like brushing your teeth, dude.
It doesn't make sense what he's saying, because he keeps saying his mom's the most important person. The one thing she's asking,
But
right?
you take time out on your hair.
Let me tell you the reality. James's family is so at odds with him that they made a decision, I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago, to move 1,200 kilometers away from him. Now, a lot of people, so James is thinking, oh, they're moving for the retirement decision. It's about living near the sea. Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
What his mother is tired and sick and tired of, right, is seeing his face looking grisly because it makes his girlfriends happy and not her happy. And you're like, she worked her hands to the bone to be able to afford to send him to the most private of private schools and pay for a scam of a university. But James says, you know what? Get the hell out of here. I don't even care if you're happy. First of all, he gets unhappy when she's walking on the beach and having a decent day. That happened on the show. He was not happy that his mom took a day off and was drinking champagne at a lunch one day.
Self-care day.
He was not happy that his mom was actually enjoying a walk on the beach. He hated that.
Some tranquility, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she's raised 3 sons, 3 gorillas that eat everything that she buys, right? No, not happy about that. All she asks now is, James, I've moved 1,200 kilometers away. It's too stressful to be around you. Just shave. Hey?
It's true. All of what you said is very true.
Imagine you went to like Stellies or like Rhodes.
Oh,
No shoes.
No shoes. He's got them. You know that ankle bracelet that they all get, that the hippies get. By the way, and the hair would be down to the shoulders. He'd have even douchier glasses. It would be a mess. It's just the fact that he lives in Johannesburg.
Playing hacky sack.
Yeah, it'd be hacky. Oh my god. Imagine.
Anyway.
He'd be playing hacky sack.
You think his vibes now?
Oh my god, you've nailed it.
I'm sorry I'm such a burden on you guys. I apologize.
No, man, you aren't.
James, it's not even about me, because I feel the pain of your mother.
But you'll get there. You'll get it right.
Shave your face. Senzo's a nice guy. I'm not a nice person. Shave your face if you love your mother. James, can we please have... All right, you know what, James? I believe I'm going to try something new. I'm going to come in the spirit of forgiveness. Right?
Wait, say that one more time. You're going to do what?
The spirit of forgiveness.
Right.
That's what I'm bringing to the table.
Okay.
Can we set a deadline? It is the 18th of August now.
Okay.
Can we say by Friday? So on Friday's show, right, we will show you, because we got a camera in high definition. Shout out to us, by the way, 1080 on YouTube. Can we say that on the 20th?
Nah, it's too close.
That's 2 days away. He's got 2 days. Well, hold on. If you love your mother, can we say on the 20th that beard will be trimmed by the time the MKT show goes live at 12 o'clock on Friday, the 20th of August, 2021, in a pandemic, with your mother worried that you might get, she's worried you might get COVID. Can we say you love her enough to maybe reduce her stress about life and shave your face?
I've got a better solution.
Oh, let's hear it.
Just to be sure, and before I rope myself into something that I wasn't aware of, You said trimmed and not fully shaved, right?
No. You don't have to. I mean, let's not be ridiculous.
Okay.
Like, I know you're not going to
Then-
shave it because you obviously prefer your girlfriend to your mom's happiness. She wants you to clean shave, but
That
I
is
know you
true.
prefer your
That is
girlfriend.
very true. I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
prefer
So,
the other
yeah.
happiness. Over
Yeah,
the-
like I mean, she paid for your whole life, and your girlfriend came in 15 minutes ago.
It's true.
But you'd rather make her
It's
happy.
true.
But
I am
these
a
are-
terrible person.
Hey, I wouldn't say that's true. I think you're quite a nice guy. But Jimbo, we're letting people into your real life. These are the tough choices. Listen, picking between mother and girlfriend, tough one. Jimbo, you got any advice out there for guys sort of in their first 3-month relationship? You know, at the beginning when it's
Honeymoon.
awkward. You know that awkward phase when you'd have the weekend call with your mom often? And now, oh no, my girlfriend wants to go to, I don't know, like a Jack Johnson concert or whatever. I don't know what girlfriends want from handsome guys like you. Any advice for anybody who's in a new relationship where the mom and the girlfriend situation is tough?
Look, I don't think I'm in the position to be giving people relationship advice.
That's true, because your relationship's on the rocks. All right, Jimbo, that's true. That's the best thing you've said. Oh, thoughts and prayers. James Ilsley.
I was going to suggest 1st of September deadline.
No.
Spring day.
Problem with people like James. Let me tell you the problem with people like James. If you say the 1st of September, he comes back because you know why? He's vibes.
Oh, you're giving him leeway.
Before you know it, it's the 31st of January. And he's still saying, yeah, no, the shaver battery was flat.
I get
you. Like, James is that guy.
I hear you.
Like you said, if he was at one of those universities, he'd be playing hacky sack. Like, his vibes now, being out of hand now and not caring about his mom, is only controlled that he lives in the economic hub of Johannesburg. If he was living in Stellenbosch,
Or Rhodes, dude.
have you ever seen how dirty those guys' feet are, those, like, barefoot people? Playing hacky sack.
And
Smoking the devil's lettuce.
I barely do slops.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
So, what a mess. What a mess. All right. James is back, folks. I mean, you know, not romantic, doesn't love his mother, but okay, that's fine. Good guy, though. Listen, I'm not just a negative person. Good guy. James is a good guy, but separately, he doesn't love his mom and prefers his girlfriend. All right, let's move on. Social media, that's a whole place
buddy.
right now.
Yo,
That's a whole place right now.
it's happening.
It's all cooking. Senzo, what you got for us, pal?
First tweet. So, Carlo Ancelotti has his say on Cristiano Ronaldo rumors to Real Madrid.
Yep.
So Ancelotti said, Cristiano is a Real Madrid legend and he has all my love and respect. I have never considered signing him. We look forward. So basically saying that, no, we are not in for Cristiano Ronaldo.
For CR7, huh? Look, what I have said is that he must move. And rumors don't just come out in the papers. He has to leave that tin pot league called Serie A.
Yeah.
He might as well be playing Sunday soccer
Because
with me and my mates.
There was a story doing the rounds saying, oh, he was unhappy, he wants to leave or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Ancelotti said no. And also Juventus were like no. And then what happened was that Ronaldo put out this long rant on Facebook.
Okay. What does he have to say for himself?
So he said it was pure disrespect. So he said, anyone who knows me is aware of how focused I am on my work. Less talk, more action. This has been my guiding motto since the start of my career. However, in view of everything that's been said and recently written, I have to set out my position. More than the disrespect for me as a man and as a player, the frivolous way that my career is covered in the media is disrespectful to all clubs involved and these rumors as well as their players and staff.
Okay, so let's cut it there. We'll read the rest of it. That is Cristiano Ronaldo putting everybody on notice.
So he's rubbishing the Madrid reports.
Just the Madrid report. Because what I'm hearing, let me tell you what I hear in him saying that. He's not saying I'm not going to leave. What he's saying is stop reporting it. Because you know what the thing is? When you're that guy, the media needs you.
Absolutely.
So this is not just some moomish player. Because if you're a moomish player...
It's well cultivated.
Now what he's saying to the media, and you know who he's really sending this message at? It's not to the whole media. He doesn't care.
He's La Liga.
He's sending it to everybody who in the media, right, who needs Ronaldo exclusives and this and that. So you, Daily Mail, if you want the stories to come out... Because let me tell you something. I wasn't football. There is nothing you see that comes out by accident. Everything you see that comes out is especially at that level,
So he basically said,
He's saying, if the media, you guys want me to give you those exclusives, George Mendes, you want Mendes as exclusives. Stop.
He chats for me.
And also, you know what he's saying? I'll tell you when there's a move. Right? I'm not Paul Pogba where you can go and talk like Mino Raiola. Is with Ronaldo is, you know, it's a huge part for these alpha dogs. Control the narrative. Now, because once you saying Real Madrid and Man City and this, I can't control the narrative.
But also, it's the papers in Spain. That's why he rubbished those reports in the Madrid report. Because he said, listen, guys, I've written my chapter, my book at Madrid. It's done. I've moved on. And I think they're looking at him as a scapegoat.
I hear you for this troubled times.
Poster boy.
Troubled
and basically
times.
said, Andizi.
Not with my name.
Not with my name.
Yeah.
Not in my name.
I gave you how many Champions Leagues? 3, 5, 4. 4 Champions Leagues, and you guys want to use my name for a PR stunt. All right, well, what else does the rest of the article say? Because it is quite interesting. We'll read the next paragraph and have our say.
So he says, my story at Real Madrid has been written. It's been recorded in words and numbers, in trophies and titles, in records and in headlines. It's in the museum at the Bernabeu Stadium, and it's also in the minds of every fan of the club. And beyond what I have achieved, remember that in those 9 years, I had a relationship of deep affection and respect for the Marinengue. Sorry if I'm butchering that. An affection and respect that I retain to this day, and that I will always cherish. I know that the true Real Madrid fans will continue to have me in their hearts, and I will have them in mine.
Right, big flex. So there are 2 people on this planet that can do what Cristiano Ronaldo just did, right? What he's doing is some pushback on it. You've nailed it. He's doing some pushback on Real Madrid to say, you're not going to bully me. You don't talk about me. I talk about you. I'm Cristiano Ronaldo. And when I was there,
done that.
And when I was there, I did everything. Is there bigger pressure in world sport than being the poster boy for Real Madrid?
No.
So when I was...
And he knocked Raul, and he sent Raul out the door.
When I was there, everything you did, you kicked out Casillas, you kicked out Raul, you did all of that. I didn't say a word. I focused, right?
Broke Di Stefano's record.
But everything you did, I towed the line, right? Everything.
I gave you everything.
And now you want to use me in the European Super League. You know what I mean? Because Ronaldo doesn't want to be...
That's tacky, yeah.
So there are only 2 people in the world that can do what Cristiano Ronaldo just did there. Because he just called out Real Madrid. Him, Leo Messi. Everybody else. You don't see this.
And a third sportsman, LeBron James.
Well, he's he's not in football. Yeah. But yeah, this is pretty big. I've never seen this before, actually. What's the next paragraph?
As well as this most recent episode in Spain, there have been frequent news and stories associating me with a number of clubs in different leagues, with nobody ever being concerned about trying to find out the actual truth.
So, again, you know these swag guys, Neymar, Pogba, they love the media thing, is because they're not serious about their empire. Cristiano Ronaldo has hotels and he's got underwear lines. He's got statues being built of him in Madeira. Now, the guy's still playing. So what he's telling you is my whole life, I control the narrative. So any mistruth, because when things go out, right, the reason why Paul Pogba puts people off is that there's so much about him in social media, which may or may not be true.
Yeah.
And he's not controlling it. Right? You got Mino Raiola. Cristiano Ronaldo's saying, no, not me. I am not that guy. When you release stuff, I'm telling you.
It's me.
You know what I mean? I've never seen this. I've never seen a big player come out. I never saw, not even Messi's never done this.
Yeah.
So it tells you how serious, hey, you know who needs to learn a lesson from this before we finish off on the last? Harry Kane. This is how you do it. Because Ronaldo didn't write this. George Mendes has 6 people working on this article. It's been edited, cut down. George Mendes says, Cristiano, what do you think?
But there's a reason. Because Ronaldo, he tops like the highest paid sports player, highest earning sportsman list.
Yeah.
Year in, year out.
Most followed on Instagram. Is that by mistake, Sins?
No.
This is how you do it. Harry Kane, this here, what Cristiano Ronaldo is doing here is boss moves. Stop hiring your brother. Get George Mendes.
Let me set the record straight.
Unbelievable. All right, let's read the last paragraph then.
Sorry, I'm just trying to... I'm breaking my silence now to say that I can't allow people to keep playing around with my name. I remain focused on my career and in my work, committed and prepared for all the challenges that I have to face. Everything else is just talk.
Right, so what are you
saying? Wink emoji.
Wink emoji. That's actually a big part. Sorry, I didn't let you read that last part. To finish off the article, Yeah, wink emoji. So what he's saying is, I'm not saying I'm not moving, but I will tell you. And
If
Cristiano,
and when that does happen, you will hear from me.
you've said it. You've said this is boss moves. To anybody in actually, you know who this is a good lesson to? Everyone, even in real life, what Cristiano Ronaldo is telling you is, I'm actually Tesla. You know, Elon Musk doesn't let Toyota announce Tesla's new model. That's never going to happen. Not while Musk is around. He says, you know what? Not only am I going to be there, I'm going to do the hammer test on the window.
Ronaldo's at the wheel.
I'm CR7 Incorporated. To everybody in life, I know this sounds so dehumanizing. You're a corporation. Conduct yourself that way.
You're the CEO of it as well.
And you know what else? What I love about what Ronaldo is doing now. So I often hear a lot of people saying, I'm bullied this, I'm this and that. Is my first thing that I always say, I had to have a very difficult conversation with my little nephew the other day. I said to him, listen, so there was some stuff, we had a tough conversation. He sent me a text last night and he's feeling a certain way. I said, listen, life's very simple. People will only treat you how you let them treat you. To all of us, and it's hard because there's a very powerful word called no. And if you don't learn that
most powerful word in the English dictionary.
No, is people will only treat you how you let them treat you. Cristiano Ronaldo is telling you, I see what you do with Pogba, Zlatan.
I'm not them.
This guy is a life lesson to everyone. Because you know what I love about him? You know, let me tell you quickly and I'll take your thoughts. You know what I love about this guy? He's working class born. So it's not like he had a spoon, a silver spoon, where somebody showed him. I mean, his mom cleaned 4 houses a day.
And his mom almost aborted him.
This guy is exactly who you want to be. I always say to people, Lionel Messi is not a role model. You cannot replicate that. This man here takes himself so seriously. He comes from the working class.
And his dad was an alcoholic.
This is the example. This is the man. No matter what you do in life, even if you clean somebody's house or whatever, take yourself as seriously as Cristiano Ronaldo and watch how people treat you. If folks, I guarantee you, whoever you are at home right now, we're all going through stuff. If you take yourself seriously,
the world will.
The world has no choice. A mentor of mine has a great saying. She's got such a great saying. And she says it to me all the time. Because her favorite word is respect. But she says respect is not earned. Respect is taken. Give people no choice but to respect you. Cristiano Ronaldo is telling you right now, if you want to work with Cristiano Ronaldo Inc. moving forward, come correct. And that includes media, football clubs. If you listen, the reporters who like the exclusives have relationships with the agents. What he's telling you is, if you want to work with Cristiano Ronaldo Incorporated,
you come to Ronaldo.
And you do it our way. Folks, it's a good example for all of us in life. And this is such a good lesson for me. Take yourself seriously. And stop telling me you're not a victim in life. This guy was working class and he said, I take myself seriously. And who messes with Cristiano Ronaldo? How old is he? 30?
36. I want to say 37.
36, 37. Is there a football club on this planet that wouldn't take Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yesterday.
There are football clubs right now, I can tell you, would not touch Pogba, would not touch Neymar, would not... Leo Messi is another good example. Those guys, right, who are constantly... There's people who wouldn't even take Kylian Mbappe. Cristiano Ronaldo's really over the hill.
But...
There's no one who wouldn't take him now.
But... You see his body of work.
No, he's a different animal.
No pun intended.
No, he's a different animal. And my God,
Alpha dog.
CR7, huh? He's the OG. He's the proper guy. He's the role model. I'm telling you, this is a different animal. This is a different animal.
Beast, this guy.
CR7, my guy. Shout out. I love it. What else you got, Sense? Let's wrap up on our last topic.
So now, this morning, guess what comes out?
Yeah.
George Mendes has offered Ronaldo to Man City for £25 million.
I told you. Did I not say this? Did I not say this?
You heard George Mendes probably listens to the show.
He definitely does. This is the biggest sports show in the world. I told you. You know why he's offered him? Because he takes himself seriously.
Like for me, also, this wasn't a coincidence. Just look at the chain of events.
Man, I love this. I love this. So Man City, huh? I told you. Listen, for those who didn't watch the show a couple of weeks ago, I said there is only 3 places this man should finish his career. I said this is not how it should end, because I know what alphas look like. PSG, Man City, Chelsea. That is the only place he can go now. And Man City is the apex. PSG is nice, but Man City's in the Premier League, and that is the alpha of all alphas. Folks, you know what? I'll also leave you with this as we go to a break, is that if you are single, there's a reason. I'll tell you right now. Everyone thinks they're perfect. All the good ones are taken, ladies and gentlemen, because when you take yourself seriously, people take you seriously, and generally you're unavailable. Cristiano Ronaldo takes himself seriously. He is an alpha dog, and I called it. Do I feel good about that? I feel great about it. I told you there is no way Cristiano Ronaldo finishes in the Serie A this year. And if he does stay at Juventus because they have his contract, it'll be ugly. And that is what alphas do. Because you know what? Ronaldo now has already won the PR game. People will say, Juventus wasn't match fixing, Serie A is a joke, it's the 4th league in Europe, blah, blah, blah. Don't trap him. And then you lose the PR game. So Ronaldo, George Mendes,
Harry and Charlie Kane, are you watching?
Harry, maybe come back from holiday, pal. Maybe come back from holiday and go to Ronaldo 101. You gotta love it. All right, on the other side, we'll talk about a completely different situation. Ronaldo's old club, Man United. Are they in a situation? Are they not in a situation? The MKT Show. The thing which you were doing, I'm doing it, you are now doing it as well. Again. You know what I'm saying, my man?
Again and again.
You know what I'm saying, my man? Again and again.
Happily
Where's that
happy.
from? Is that, what song is that from?
Sure.
Again and again. I think there's a famous, were you taking that from a song? But again and again, we've been doing this. We've been having it. Senzo, I'm telling you, hey? I will find that sweet spot. Is your welcome is not bad, but it's kind of, you know, it will need context if you're on a podcast or something. So it's a start. It's a start. We're still brainstorming.
It's like Drake says, Nike don't pay me to tell you just do it. I'll show you how to do it again.
You see now, me and Drake, LeBron James,
Ronaldo.
squad, CR7. What a mensch.
All Nike faces.
What a mensch.
Just
Cristiano
do it.
Ronaldo. He's doing all of this stuff, huh? Yeah, I do love him. I do love that guy.
I also love him.
He is.
Alpha dog.
He's the guy, bro. And you know what? Again, I come from a working class family. So for me, I can relate to his story as well. Just as I love Leo Messi for that reason. Is that both of them take themselves so seriously. And I can forgive everything a person does. If they take themselves seriously. Because life's hard.
Brutal.
Life is real. And
you're not special. Life doesn't choose you to give a bad hand.
yeah, you know what I mean?
We all have problems.
Well said. We all have problems, but take yourself seriously. And when you take yourself seriously, in my opinion, people will help you. People will help you. Like, people are not stupid if you're trying. Because people that take themselves seriously, the big thing, most of our parents, and I can only take from my family, people just want to see you trying. They're not saying you must be perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your thoughts?
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. Remember what I was saying to you on the break?
Yeah.
Why black mothers are so tough on their children.
Yeah. And our moms, you know, our moms never get upset, or at least I should speak about my mom. My mom never got upset when I failed. It's when I stopped trying. And you know, and your mother knows you. They know when you're trying your hardest.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm totally with you there. I am totally with you there. Right, now, Senzo, before we get to talking about Man United, have you started planning your number? There's probably two things you got to plan this weekend, right? Is your fantasy team, because I don't want to hear any excuses about whatever it may be that you may be finding excuses. I don't want to hear it. I'm not your mom. I don't want to hear your excuses. Have you started planning your fantasy football team?
No, to be honest.
That's
I should do it this afternoon when we get off the show.
You should do it at any time that says you take yourself seriously, because now you're gonna have 2 weeks of not having a team, and then that's just a mess for you. And I will shame you. I'm not afraid to shame people that lose at fantasy football. So I will shame you for that. You need to get your act in order. Now, where are you watching Manchester United play whoever this weekend? Have you planned that?
Well, I'm going away this weekend.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah, I'll watch it. I'll catch it.
Very nice. So going away, same, because remember before you went to a 5-star camping thing, probably the same thing, bit of a yuppie.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. What are the kids calling it? A soft life.
No, it's not a soft life.
You're living that soft life.
No, it's not a soft life.
What's it? It must be nice.
I don't have any Wi-Fi or,
They got Wi-Fi. I think I know where you're going, so I'm pretty sure they got Wi-Fi there.
I don't have my own bed.
Okay. All right. So,
Unfamiliar surroundings.
so it's a 4.5 star, really.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable. This guy.
You're deflecting.
Unbelievable. Hey, it must be nice, bro. You're not. I wish I had those kinds of racks. Maybe you're just good with your money and I'm not. What about that?
Well.
Why am I hating on you now? A lot of people might say, why am I not happy that you're going to have a good time? That's
well, it's all the lady. She plans it.
Hey, a lot of people don't give that enough credit. If you're going to have a lady, I can only speak for men. I don't speak for women. I don't know how women
Or if
feel.
you have a man.
Well, I can only speak as a heterosexual man. I don't want to be that guy and say how gay people should run their lives.
True.
Do your thing. I don't know what the gay community's
I've got a thing.
stipulations are.
As long as you don't offend, impose, or harm.
Yeah,
Do you, Chief?
that's solid ground. So everyone be on that ground. But my point is this: is a lot of people always, because guys are idiots, it's always looks first, and then I don't really know what guys go for second. But for me, a very big thing is an organized lady, somebody that organizes trips, and like if you've got a weekend with people you don't know, she'll organize like for me, if I had a partner, we must have our own chalet. Like I don't want to be in a house with other people.
But that's the thing. You must date somebody.
Yes.
That's that's going to help you be a better version of yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you say your lady what? Tell me how are we talking about the dream situation here? Is she so organized? She's planning like the rented car, the way you're staying.
She's like that. She likes
You are so lucky. You are so lucky.
It's a bit annoying sometimes, but I get it now.
You know what? That situation is I would rather be annoyed by somebody who's too organized than be annoyed by somebody who's a mess. Because nobody's perfect.
Absolutely.
No, nobody's perfect. The last thing, you know what? Everybody hates the organized person until you're on the holiday. When you get there and the room is ready, and there's no financial problems, there's a spare wheel in the car. Like you hate organized people when they say, "Hey, have you checked the tire? Hey, did you phone the But when you get there and those busybody organized people, and you get there and there's the nice sort of what you call it? There's a mint on the pillow, and they've organized that apartment, and then you go, oh, I've got the best girlfriend or partner or whatever in the world. You know what I mean? Yeah. So shout out to you for having an organized partner.
No, she hates being idle. She hates being idle.
What at the?
Just like in general.
So in life. So wait. Sounds like me and your lady would get along. Do you mean when she gets there, she wants to find activities? She wants to...
like just in life, like...
Don't be idle.
Yeah, she hates being idle.
Oh, we would be... You know what? We would be besties. We would be besties. I love that because, you're really lucky you're not taking me or ever coming with me on holiday. Who knows? Maybe we take the show on the road. I am a nightmare, by the way, because you want to know what type of human I am. Mm-hmm. I go on holiday. I don't even unpack stuff. Good luck. I put it down in the room. Whatever's happening. I want to go the activities guy because every day I'm here, I want to be doing everything that's available from 6 a.m. until 10 at night, and I'm going to sleep. I'm not coming on holiday to sleep. I've got a posturepedic bed at home. I want to do every activity available. Sounds like good for you.
Yeah, no, she's like that. Like wants to go hiking and all that.
Yeah.
Because like
yes, man.
Before you'd go to Cape Town with the boys, right?
Yes.
And you just end up spending it at bars and stuff.
Yeah.
You can do that at home.
Thank you. I got a story for you about South America. I left my friends after 2 months, but I'll tell you the story some other time. So what? She's organized hiking. She's already told you, there's 4 routes available. We can. She's do like,
no, look, you can drink.
Yeah.
But just know, come 7 a.m., we're going on that hike, unless there's a blizzard.
Ho! Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The only human being that is second to Jesus Christ of Nazareth in the hearts of football men has spoken on Twitter, the most reliable thing in the world.
The gospel.
Fabrizio Romano. Big news. Manchester City bid for Harry Kane is in place since last week. There is no news yet, But get this, 150 million euros proposal from Man City, but Tottenham are still on the same position. Man City, Kane has been training, or MCFC, Kane has been training regularly with Spurs since last Friday. Breaking news.
He only went back to training yesterday.
So he's been training like in secret, but the proper training. Oh, I see what you're saying. 130 million pounds on the table. That is breaking news. Is that breaking right now? That is huge. 130 mil offer. Now, let's talk about it. Senzo Tebe, we were going to talk about the second club in Manchester, Man United, but sorry, that is breaking news. We're going to have to talk about that. Man United, get the hell out of here. We want to talk about the real team that matters.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Oh, Lord. James has... James's life looks like a dying battery there, but let's see you with the dying battery, James. Kind of feels like your relationship status. It's not great.
It's just I like to see it as symbolism for my life in general.
Falling apart.
Anyway, so this was tweeted probably like an hour ago.
Wow.
About Harry Kane. The tweet does go on though. It says Kane has been training regularly with Spurs since last Friday, and he'll be respectful in the next few days, whatever that means.
Well, that's nonsense. You know what that is? Respectful. Get the hell out of here, Harry. Because it's the equivalent of saying when your girlfriend catches you cheating and you go, I'm sorry you caught me. Because I'll tell you, no, it's nonsense. Do you know what I'm saying, James? Do you ever cheated on your girlfriend?
Not once in my life.
You seem like the type.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, well, sorry. You know, douchebag glasses, handsome face. It's you know what I mean. Ladies love that. Good height. Probably cheated on your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? But my point is this: is Harry Kane saying, "I'm sorry, I got caught for trying to be a weasel." Not, "I'm sorry for what I did."
Do you know why?
He extended his holiday deliberately, and now he's I'm the victim. No, Harry, not like that.
But you know the old adage. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
Well said. That's exactly what's happening here. But he wants to... What? Now Harry wants to be respectful.
And he only went back to training yesterday.
Do you see what happens when you don't take yourself seriously? Because if you had George Mendes, they would have shaped how he's going to behave. So the fact that he stayed in America for an extra day, George Mendes would have said, okay.
And remember I said, by staying an extra day in training, what happens? He misses the game on Sunday.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Is that's
cultivated.
So if he calculated, yeah. If he had George Mendes, Senzo, you know what they do? Okay, so we're staying an extra day in America so we can miss week 1. We're not apologizing. This is the move now. We are.
This is where we are.
Yeah.
Let's hold out.
Now, what he's telling? So his agent is telling Fabrizio Romano that they're going to be respectful. Too late.
Damage is done.
Hey, listen, I don't know if you've ever been in this position, but I have in my vigilante days in my 20s, cheated on my girlfriend, said I'm sorry, I'll be more respectful, it's so disrespectful. Sorry, pal. Respect once it's gone. Now the Tottenham fans know you're a snake. I'm sorry. Like, Harry Kane, I'm sorry. You stayed in America once too long.
He wasn't even supposed to go to America. He was in the Bahamas. And he made a pit stop.
In America.
In Florida, yeah.
That's not a mistake. And his whole career, he's been first at Tottenham, Mr. Tottenham. Then he's doing Gary Neville interviews.
Mr. England.
And now he's doing Gary Neville. What are you young kids saying? Wildin' out.
Wildin' out.
Yeah,
he's wildin'.
Hey, your boy be tripping, dog.
He's tripping. Acting out.
No. Don't come with respectful nonsense. Okay, Fabrizio Romano, huge news. Right, Senzo, you said it yesterday. Let's get you back to the negotiating table because I think you're actually quite a good agent and maybe it's a potential future move for you. We should do more segments about Senzo being an agent. Right, Harry Kane, you are... by the way, shout out to... Jimbo, quickly before we talk to Harry Kane's agent, yesterday you'll see we also spoke to Harry Kane's agent. If you don't follow us on TikTok, you can follow us. The Honest Interview, which is content we release every single week. Yesterday we did, Harry Kane's brother and agent spoke to him. Jimbo, great content. Now, a lot of people saying the journalist sounds like you yesterday. Any thoughts on the journalist's questions? I just wanted to talk to you about that.
No, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
I actually was in contact with the journalist to set it up for the social media clip, but it wasn't me. I believe that journalist was actually from was it BBC Sport?
Yeah.
So no, that wasn't me.
So it was a legitimate reporter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we let you go, James, because we actually want to have a good show and not actually have you on too much, is that yesterday somebody who has now questioned your grammar and quite a lot of things about you and being worried about you said, I must just ask you this in terms of the romance. This is not me gilding the lily, but she did say...
Gilding the lily.
Yeah.
Maybe if you bought lilies.
Yeah, maybe buy lilies. No, maybe you should gild the flower lily. That's very good what you did. See what Senzo gave you. But anyway, she said, have you considered taking your lady on a date to the first place you ever went? Is what she suggested for romance.
So, first of all, I'll have you guys know that I already bought lilies for
When?
her. Huh?
When?
It was one of the presents for her birthday.
When was her birthday?
This year or?
No, this year.
When was her birthday?
How long ago was that?
In April.
Oh my gosh. This is the problem. This is why she says he's not romantic. April is... Well, where are we now? August.
4 months ago.
It's 4 months ago. In pandemic years, that's 3 years ago. That's 3... So James, let me
a season ago.
Chief, let me tell you something. James, tell you something. Tell you how this thing works. You know what the romance game is? It's the what have you done for me lately world. Ladies don't care what you did last week. Forget about 3-4 months ago. So maybe you should follow the advice I gave you. But what do you think of the advice of taking your lady to the place you went to for the first date?
No, I have some thoughts on the lily thing. I'll leave it for now.
No. Please, James, please. You clearly have lots of thoughts. Well, let's hear it.
Well, I was just going to say that the lily thing happened, okay? But stuff could have happened between now and April, right? I was just bringing up the lily thing because Senzo said lily. And
You sound like a guilty man.
He does sound guilty and a liar as well. You've been caught in your own lies because actually, folks, if you don't know and you live in another country, in the Republic of South Africa, we live in Gauteng, which is it's a dynamic place. We've actually been told that we can't go anywhere like naughty school children for 2.5 months. So James is lying. Nothing could have happened from April because we've been in lockdown and his lady hasn't been able to come into the province. So that's a lie.
Whoa. Hello. Hi.
Yes.
Sorry. April? We're in August.
Yes.
Gauteng's only been locked down for
2.5 months.
No, 1
Nah,
month. It's been
lockdown's
1
finished.
No. From 2.5 months ago up until now, have you done anything for your lady? Impossible. You haven't seen her.
No, over the last month I haven't been able to do anything because Gauteng was only locked for a month.
It's been 2.5 months.
It's been 1.
All right, James. So when was the last time you did something romantic?
Friday night, actually.
Did you take her to the date place you went to first?
I don't have to tell you what I did.
Okay.
My
But
man.
I'll have you know.
Your private life is what?
How much?
Your private life is what?
My private life.
It's yours.
Yeah, mine.
You must tell him. I told him this morning that dating is not a team sport.
There you go. Also, again, Sento and I are the ones that aren't single. So,
Hey, but hey, after wearing that top, you should call in home.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? Every Jose Mourinho didn't play top level football, and he's still the best coach. I can definitely see from the outside. You're not objective, but James, shout out to you being, listen, just get out of the game of thinking you did something 3 months ago, so it's romantic, folks. What have you done for me lately, Jimbo? Just start getting in that mindset. Maybe take your, maybe I don't know. Maybe get her car washed. Just do something.
how do you know I didn't do
There's
something?
no chance. There's no chance. I told you to
incredible
take
on
her.
Friday?
There's no way because I told you to take her on a beautiful picnic to the botanical gardens, and you told me to get out your face.
Hey, man.
Like things must be
said,
bad if you're getting
my
relationship
private
advice
life
from
is
a
my
bachelor.
private life and dating in a team sport.
All right. Those are the words of a man who will be single soon. James Ilsley. We actually run a sports show here. Wow. Huge news from Fabrizio Romano. You know when I'll know your relationship's on like solid ground? If Fabrizio Romano tells me. That's the only human being and male figure that I believe.
So he has to tweet that out, huh?
Yeah, James, he'll say, you no longer need to give T's and P's to James Ilsley's relationship. And then I'll go, all right, this guy's a romantic. Plus, he's Italian, so...
It ain't true until Fabrizio says so.
I'll DM for you guys, and I'll let you know how that goes.
Thoughts and prayers to James's lady. I mean, but, you know, listen, ladies at home, these are the kinds of men that are out there. This is what's left. I almost have to apologize on behalf of all men. I mean, James and these guys are representing us. You know what people don't think about hard enough? Maybe there's a reason I'm single. I got people like James representing me in the relationship game, and they're going, is this what men do? And now I'll be single forever. So thanks to James. Thanks a lot, James.
He's the reason we're trash.
Yeah, it's absolute nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. But anyway, James doesn't care. Doesn't care about his own mother's happiness. Isn't a romantic. And doesn't even care about, me possibly getting married and having children. He doesn't care about that. He's just going to keep vibing, as they say. All right, Sens, listen, I want to talk about Man United because you guys are in a situation right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a situation of your own making. Why did you give Dean Henderson a new contract at keeper? You already gave what I think is a bad contract to David De Gea by making him, I believe, one of your highest paid players at the club. Because I'll tell you what the issue is with De Gea, is that he's already a throwback keeper. Like, he doesn't come off his line, and his feet are terrible.
He's a shot stopper.
So why are you paying him Manuel Neuer money when he's Oliver Kahn?
I'll tell you why. Because he won the Sir Matt Busby Award. How many times?
Yeah.
3 times in a row.
That's it.
And then by virtue of that, when it was time to negotiate, hey, shout out to his agent, was like, look,
get the bag. Oh, just to interrupt you there. Now, James is a bit of a whiz with editing. He went to a scam of a school called AFTA, but apparently Fabrizio Romano, this is still to be confirmed. You can see on screen, Fabrizio Romano says, you no longer need to send T's and P's to James. So, you know what? I'll take it on face value, but I'm also aware of James's editing skills. So, you know, very, very, very good. All right, Fabrizio, let's get rid of that tweet because I'm not sure how real that is. But Fabrizio Romano said it. I have to believe him now.
his word is gospel.
His word is gospel. But yeah, listen, you know, football club, if you're a football club, you should always be worried when your goalkeeper's the player of the season. 3 times.
Absolutely.
Because people always say that's a good thing. That's a bad thing. The fact that David De Gea
has to make that many saves.
And I think what it did was it kind of hid what he's doing, right? Because if you think of goalkeepers, you'll only get exposed when your team's good in modern day football. Like Joe Hart won 2 titles at Man City, but then Pep is the next level, and then immediately it was like, oh no, Bravo is even better than you, and he's the backup keeper at Barcelona.
Look at Edison.
Different level, right?
But Edison, he switches off.
Yep.
Allison.
Yep. That's
switches
true.
off.
That's true. This is true, and Pep is intolerant.
Schoolboy mistakes.
You know what's incredible is that David De Gea is this keeper, and he got paid at Man United. But you know what it tells me is that that's how badly United are being run. Is that I'm not saying David De Gea is a terrible keeper. I'm just saying he's a 386 Pentium, or he's a Pentium processor in an M1 world. Right now, people like James and
No software upgrade.
they've got an M1 chip running their Mac.
Floppy disk.
No, for real. That's where De Gea, in my opinion, is that you're paying him modern day wages when he's giving you Oliver Kahn performance.
Do you know which besides Neuer, which keeper is the perfect model?
Yeah.
Look at who's this guy? Look at Ter Stegen.
Yeah, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen is
Big, can play with his feet.
Yeah.
Can make a save or 2.
No, listen. Obviously, the Leo Messi of all goalkeepers is Manuel Neuer, right? There's no shortage there. I'm commanding the box. I'm shot stopping. I'm saving penalties.
I'm a second sweeper.
I'm a playmaker from deep. I'm not panicking. I am not panicking. And if you're the right back, you know what I always love about those types of keepers is what Vitor Valdez gave Barcelona back in the day, where he got no credit. Is he's putting the right back under pressure, because I'm not hacking it. I'm going to clip it over the defender to you, and if your first touch isn't tight, because you're going to be marked, but it's coming to your feet.
Absolutely.
And David De Gea doesn't give you that. Does Henderson give you that? I'd love to hear your thoughts on what kind of keepers Henderson, what should we be looking for in that guy?
To be honest, like, I'm still analyzing. I'm still processing it. You know what I mean? So, tell you what, mid-season, I'll give you an answer.
That's probably the right answer, because you know what I was thinking about last night as I was thinking about this topic is that you fell in love with Henderson for the same reason you loved De Gea at a stage when De Gea is not good enough. At Sheffield United, he was a great shot stopper because they didn't play football really from the back under Wilder, right?
But Henderson, you saw him wanting, especially in the Europa League. Like some of the goals that he let in, you're thinking, David De Gea would have stopped that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because also, here's what I don't like. Potential gets you fired in life. I like what I can bank on. When you're paying Henderson because he performed at Sheffield United is ridiculous. It's like paying me for hitting a three-pointer NBA money. But I hit my three-pointer at home at the garage. No one's watching.
Yeah.
And then you say, oh, wow, you can hit a three-pointer. Let me pay you. No. Henderson did it at Sheffield United. Why didn't Man United say, because you still had 3 years of contract, what you should have said, we're going to give you this season, Hendo, and let's see what you do at Man United. Because he made lots of mistakes at Sheffield United, but you know what would have happened there? Was, we don't see it because he makes 15 saves a game.
But also, exactly, it's like Johnston at West Brom. The reason he got into the England squad is because West Brom's defence was rubbish.
Shot stoppers.
And if your defence is rubbish, what's going to happen? You're likely to make more saves.
And if you're Man United, now we can see where it's going. Luke Shaw wants to play ball, bro. The BBW of left backs, he doesn't need that you hacking that thing upfield. Have you seen how brilliant he is? It's where Aaron Wan-Bissaka...
He starts the move.
And it's where Aaron Wan-Bissaka lets the team down.
Yeah, he's lacking, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't... He's got the Lukaku first touch. But at Man United now, especially as Bruno and Varane wants to play.
Exactly.
Both of your keepers, I'm still not sure if they're going to get it to Varane's feet in time. Maguire wants to play.
Harry turning left all the time.
I'm with you. So I am worried about the fact that you've got two keepers, but I'm also not worried. You've put yourself in a prison that you built. It's like, why on earth did you pay De Gea that contract? Okay, fine.
Yes, he's earning all the money.
But you made that mistake. I can live with mistakes. What I can't live is you now go and pay Henderson because you're desperate not to lose him. Like, okay, you've paid De Gea. Either get rid of De Gea and pay Henderson and say you're the new guy. But now you've got both headaches because I may be wrong, but I think you've got two of the same goalkeepers at the same time on excessive money.
Yeah, but also that's what I was saying about Oli. Oli's trying to please everybody. Must be more ruthless.
Because he's not a
pizza.
He's not a pizza, as you always say. Oli, you're not a pizza, pal. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not a pizza. Norwegian, plus by the way, Scandinavian diet. I love Scandinavia, right? One of the worst diets in the world. So they got the worst coffee in the world, and I tell my Scandinavian friends,
nothing grows there.
They call it fika. It is weak. It tastes like there's sand in just hot water. It's actually, but they love it. So just so you know, fika, they got it going all day. So they don't drink it like African coffee or South American coffee, which you need 1 cup that'll last you the whole day. All day they're drinking it. Fika, disgusting, absolutely gross. Dairy every meal. Every meal, lots of dairy.
So if you're lactose,
oh no, you're out of the game. You're out of the game. So Scandinavians not good with the diet. Not good with the diet at all. So no good there. So shout out to them for having nice countries, but diet terrible coffee. Fika, stay away from it. I would honestly, I'd rather be eaten by piranhas. I would rather be eaten by piranhas than drink the coffee in Sweden.
And for a country that pays such high amounts of taxes.
60% taxes. Listen, no potholes, but also no coffee. So listen, maybe they can work on that.
No coffee, no party.
No coffee, no party. Senzo, it's been a party today.
It's been great.
Great show. Good show. United. City. Fabrizio Romano reporting on James's relationship.
Absolutely.
It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And shout out to James Ilsley. I mean, I'm a man of my word. Fabrizio Romano has said, I don't have to pray about James possibly being a single man and crying into his pillow for the next 3 months. It is all good. This show's all good. You at home are all good. It has been a pleasure. My name is MKT. This is the MKT Show. But for now, we are the Hell